All right, good morning, everybody. We're back. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty trying to do this video earlier. For some reason, I tried to do it in my car while I was taking care of some errands, but I couldn't get a good connection, so the feed went out. So back to what I was saying. I wanted to wait a little while before I came out and did a video on this because when I first heard this, I was like, wow, this is such bullshit. Eddie Hearn's a hypocrite, talking shit about other fighters who test positive for PEDs. And now his fighter tests positive for PEDs. And UCAD and the British Board of Control and Eddie Hearn himself all were aware of this announcement of the failed drug test before the Rivas fight even took place. And the fight was still allowed to take place. So I was ready to just go crazy on Dillian Whyte, go crazy on Eddie Hearn, go crazy on UCOD, go crazy on the BBC. Um, but now I just waited a little while. More stories have come out. I'm sure more stories will come out. But I gotta give my opinion on this right now because this is bizarre to me. Because let me read the article that talked about this and revealed the news of this test being brought out there and being it being made known that Dillian Whyte had an illegal substance, tested positive for an illegal substance in his body. Okay. So it just says the interim WBC heavyweight champion Dillian Whyte tests positive for a banned substance before his unanimous decision win over Oscar Rivas last weekend. And it really doesn't say that what he tested positive for. It hasn't been revealed. So let me go back to the boxing scene article here. It's just, this is written by Thomas Hauser. I'm going to put a link of this article in the description box. It says, multiple sources have confirmed that an A sample taken from Dillian Whyte tested positive for one or more banned substances prior to Whyte's July 20th fight in London against Oscar Rivas. Although Whyte is in the World Boxing Council Clean Boxing Program, which is administered by the Voluntary Anti-Doping Age Association, the test in question was administered by UK anti-doping UCAD. Positive test result was believed to have come back on July 17th. Knowledgeable source says that it was reported to the Whyte camp, including boxing promoter Matchroom Boxing and the British Board of Control by UCAD. Prior to Whyte Rivas, however, the BBC allowed the fight to proceed as scheduled. Now, this is weird because I guess the UK does things differently than we do things here in America. It says under the rules in place in the United Kingdom, Whyte has a right of appeal. UCAD takes the position that until the adjudication process is over and due process is complete, there has not been a finding that a fighter is in breach of its PED protocols and no sanctions can be put in place by the British Board of Control. The adjudication process often begins with the testing of a fighter's B sample, which can generally be done in 24 to 48 hours, but it often drags on for more than a year. It says the National Anti-Doping Panel, an independent entity, is responsible for the final adjudication of PED disputes. Then it mentions that Whyte was suspended for 2 years because he tested positive in 2012 for a performance-enhancing drug. So if this was under the VADA protocols, the positive test would have been reported to the World Boxing Council in the Rivas camp. That appears to have not been the case in this instance with UCAD. So by virtue of his win, Whyte became the mandatory challenger for Deontay Wilder's WBC heavyweight crown. In all likelihood, the WBC would have withdrawn its sanction of Whyte Rivas had it been aware of the positive test result prior to the fight. So isn't this weird how everybody knew about this except the WBC? Matchroom knew about it. The British Board of Boxing Control in the UK knew about it. UCAD knew about it. And I believe it doesn't say if VADA knew about it. I believe VADA knew about it too as well. I think they said that VADA. Let me go back and see if I can. Okay. I know. I guess this just UCOD was doing the testing. So it's unclear whether VADA was involved in this, because it says VADA would have immediately notified the WBC, which UCOD did not. So everyone was notified except the WBC. So that seems to me to be a little bit odd, that the WBC wasn't notified beforehand. Okay. So that in itself seems kind of fishy to me, that the WBC was not notified, because then they probably would have, like the article just said, rescinded on their sanctioning of the fight. So now I was reading this morning too that Eddie Hearn is looking to file an injunction against UCOD, because he's claiming that I don't know what he's claiming. I guess he's claiming or challenging the positive test result. But meanwhile, when other fighters test positive, Eddie Hearn is like, oh, well, they test positive. It is what it is. So now his fighter tests positive and he's looking to fight it. He's questioning it all of a sudden. Okay. And another bizarre thing to me is they're not disclosing what the substance is. That's why I was a little bit apprehensive about making this video, because I didn't want to have to retract something. Because what if he tested positive, he had an adverse finding in his tests, and the reason why they didn't tell us what the exact substance was because they couldn't really tell themselves. It just, maybe it could have been a numerous amount of, a variety of substances that have the same type of findings on a test, but they just couldn't determine what the exact substance was. So maybe there's a lot of substances that kind of are similar to each other. And when you test positive, it basically shows up similar in the tests, and maybe they couldn't distinguish what it was. Or maybe it could have been they weren't sure whether or not this was a false positive or whatever. But the guy's tested positive before in the past. He was banned for 2 years, and he himself has talked shit about a lot of fighters, talked shit about Joshua, talked shit about Miller. And, there's a lot of hypocrisy. Eric, my co-host here, always likes to ask me questions about, well, do you think this guy's doing this? Do you think this guy's doing that? And I've replied to him, and I've replied to everyone else the same. I think anyone in the top 5 in any division right now, I suspect it could be and may be on some type of performance-enhancing drugs. That's just my opinion. And now we're seeing more and more fighters get called out on this. Dillian Whyte too. So there seems to be a lot of hypocrisy here. There seems to be something fishy about this whole thing. And now, you have to wonder what the WBC is going to do with this Dillian Whyte situation now moving forward. This is fucked up, guys. This is fucked up. And again, we don't know what the substance is. We don't know what's going on. But in the United States, these things get resolved rather quickly within a month, within a month's time, basically. Now they're telling us that this thing could be dragged on for a year. So the WBC should withdraw its sanctioning of this, should withdraw Whyte as the mandatory challenger now until the results have been completed and there's a conclusive finding on what's going on here. Okay? And the way Eddie Hearn's saying, well, he's admitting basically that he's not denying, unless I retract that statement. He's not denying that Dillian Whyte didn't fail or didn't have an adverse finding in his PED test. He's not denying that. But what he is saying is that Whyte was tested by VADA, he was tested by UCOD. Okay. And both him and Rivas were subjected to testing, to anti-doping testing, extra anti-doping testing. That's all he's saying. And then I found out today, someone sent me a link on Twitter, so I can pull that up so I can read it word for word. Shout out to Heyman TBE on Twitter, because he's been sending me this stuff. So let's see. Okay, it says okay. So if the results are ratified, it will probably spell the end of Whyte's world title ambitions. This is from M Sport, this article that he sent me here. He sent me a little piece of the article. It says, promoter Eddie Hearn, for whom the ramifications could also be significant, is reported to be seeking a court injunction against the allegations. So he's challenging the allegation. He's calling them allegations, basically. He's not even admitting that Dillian Whyte could be in the wrong here, and he could have been taking PEDs. I mean, this is just so crazy to me. I've never heard of an instance where a fighter tests positive for a banned substance, but the banned substance is not known, has not been known and put out there to the public what the actual substance is. This is the bizarre and confusing thing about this whole thing. This is why I was apprehensive about making the video, because I wanted to see if more information is coming out. But it seems as though it's not being denied by Matchroom. It's not being denied here. So it just seems crazy. I know I keep saying that, but it just seems weird to me how this whole thing is being played out right now, and all the hypocrisy that's going on right now. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit, man. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Corey Lee Boxing says Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn knew going into the Rivas fight as of July 17th. They had 3 days VB. Yeah, it seems as though. Brian David said he wasn't tested by VADA. So Hearn said that VADA was involved in this testing, but apparently UCOD was the one that came up with the finding. So it's crazy. Cozy Rito said, because White came in at 259, not like the alleged weight-cutting drug helped. Well, you don't know, again, who said it was a weight-cutting drug? Who said it was a weight-cutting drug? No one said that. You're just assuming that now. This is the problem with a lot of you guys. And again, I'm gonna blast you right here. You're probably from the UK looking to do damage control. You want to do damage control because you're from the UK. Again, you guys got to be objective, man. I have my favorites too, but I will call them out when they're wrong. I've called many of my favorites out when they're wrong. There's no double standard here, baby. Let's keep it real. Let's stop dick riding. Let's be men. Let's be able to stand on our own 2 feet. Let's not fall in love with other men. Let's be strong and let's be men that can stand on our own too. That's it. Most of us are all above. We're all above the age of 30, so we're not like little fucking high school kids that we have to look up to, people. John Doe says they're all on steroids. That's basically what I've been saying all along, that most of them are on PEDs. All this bullshit from Eddie Hearn trying to call other people out and talk shit about other fighters and this and that. Now this all looks like hypocrisy to me, man. It's all fucking hypocrisy. So now I'm just waiting to see what happens here. I'm waiting to see what the WBC does. And I guess I found another story here on the web. This is interesting. There's a dark cloud hanging over this Dillian Whyte, Oscar Rivas fight. Let me see. So here's another thing, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's like, well, he was cleared to fight. So just because he was cleared to fight, that makes it okay, in other words. It's almost like he's sweeping it under the rug. Wilder went in on Dillian Whyte too, man. He fucking blasted him. I'm trying to find this other story here. There was a glove incident. See if I can find it. Just bear with me here. I apologize. There's an issue. Okay, here it is. This Coach Russ Anbert reveals protest for Whyte Rivas glove swap incident. So there was a glove swap incident as well. Said upon going through the glove selection process, Anbert was surprised to learn Whyte had swapped his leather for an unapproved pair. The Briton had also been laced up before Rivas and his team had a chance to inspect the gloves, adding further controversy to an already delicate situation. Whyte is currently facing doubts over his future after it emerged that there were potential problems with drug testing during the buildup. Sample is said to have contained an unnamed. So why? This is what it says. A sample has said to have contained unnamed but banned substance, which, if revealed to be performance enhancing, could end Whyte's career. The glove protest only adds to Whyte's woes. The body snatcher also faces the real possibility of being dropped from the WBC rankings. Okay. So why are they holding up or keeping a secret what this banned substance is? Why? What the fuck is going on here? And this is why, Andy Ruiz should be skeptical about going over and fighting in the UK, man. Because the deck's going to be stacked against him. Now you already have Hearn, who knew about all this shit and kept it under the rug. But if this was someone else, if Wilder was in the same situation, Hearn would be blasting Wilder right now. Fury was in the same situation. When Fury tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug, it's kind of funny how right away they revealed what it was, and action was taken immediately, or was in the process of being taken immediately before Fury decided to retire and not go through all the bullshit. So you're not going to sit there and tell me this doesn't have a hint of foul play here. This doesn't have a hint of politics here. Something just does not add up here. Okay? So if I'm Andy Ruiz and I'm listening to all this shit, and I'm part of Andy Ruiz's team, and I'm seeing all this shit, I'm looking at this, and Joshua himself has been alleged, and I think as an amateur tested positive for PEDs, and he had his issues as well. So the UCAD seems a little sketchy here on how they do things. If they can't figure out, or if they know what the substance is and they're not telling us, and they're saying that the process could be dragged out for a year when it only takes fucking 24 to 48 hours for a B sample to come back, but the process itself can get dragged on for a year. There's something fucked up here, guys. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. I don't care if you're the biggest Dillian Whyte fan in the world. There is something fucked up here. Definitely something fucked up here. Something is not fucking right. Okay? There's no way that we can't feel skeptical here and feel that something's fucked up here. All right? There's just no defense for this. We understand that. That's the protocol on Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. They don't find someone guilty till they check the B sample. I understand that. But didn't you hear what I just said? It takes 24 to 48 hours to find the B sample, to get the B sample results. And now they're claiming that they could drag it out for a year. Doesn't add up. Indefensible. Indefensible. I don't care how the rules work. The rules are bullshit. It is news. You don't want it to be news. You don't want it to be news. He's saying it's not news, but there's like everyone's reporting on it. So again, he's from the UK. I hate biased motherfuckers. Biased motherfuckers that dick ride that can't be objective. If anyone is not questioning this, then they are a biased, dick-sucking motherfucker that are on their knees right now sucking a dick. Sucking Eddie Hearn's dick. That's it. You're biased. You're fucking biased. I don't respect you anymore if you don't think that this is bullshit. That the fact that the substance hasn't been revealed is not sketchy. You're fucking biased. You're a dick rider. You lost all your credibility points, bro. You lost all your credibility points if you're not skeptical. This isn't news. Get the fuck out of here. The second banned substance he tested positive for. This isn't news. Another motherfucker that wants a dick ride. These UK motherfuckers are fucking horrible. They are the worst fucking boxing fans of all time. They just suck dick regularly. That's what they do. And I don't care. I'm going to blast them. Oh, babe, you're getting emotional. Yeah, I am getting emotional because, again, I hate double motherfucking standards. I hate politics. I fucking hate politics. I hate people that talk shit about someone else and then they go and do the same thing and they expect to get a fucking pass. Fuck you. Fuck you 2 times. I fucking hate that. It pisses me off. I fucking hate it. I hate the cult mentality. I hate the fucking, these minions you have, these fucking surrogates that will defend someone to no end. If they have the murder weapon in their hand with the blood dripping off it, they will make a fucking excuse for the people they fucking ride for because they are dick-sucking, biased, ball-licking motherfuckers. They are. And they will not get a pass on this channel, and they will get blasted fucking regularly. You come in here and you act like that, you will get blasted. You will get shredded. You will get embarrassed. You can have your opinion, but you can't have your facts. Facts are facts. Okay? You have a right to your opinion. You don't have a right to the facts. You don't have a right to the facts. You can't change fucking history. You can't change fucking history. You want to sweep it under the rug because you're an Eddie Hearn dick motherfucking rider. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn is blasting everybody. I don't know if someone took the stuff knowingly or not knowingly, but if they test positive, they test positive. That's it. Went in on Billy Joe Saunders. Went in on Jarrell Miller. Went in on fucking Luis Ortiz. Okay? Talk shit about everyone, every other motherfucker on the planet. Now, his fighter has a positive finding, and he knew about it, and the fight still went through. This is a fucking horrible look. It's a horrible look. And this should be a no contest. WBC should relinquish its sanctioning of this bout and take him off the mandatory motherfucking status. Okay? No one's gonna come on here and sweep this under the rug like Eddie Hearn is trying to do. You're not on the payroll. I don't care. Just because that's how something is done, and just because that's the protocol, and just because that's the policy, you don't have to fucking go along with it. If the fucking B sample can be found within 24 to 48 hours, there is absolutely zero fucking reason for dragging this out potentially a year. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And then you want us, you want not us, but you want the United States fighters to go over there and fight your fucking champions on your fucking soil? First of all, there's less money to fight over there. And then you have the deck stacked against you. What's the incentive to go fight over there if you can make more money over here? And I'm not saying that things aren't fucked up here, but when someone tests positive for something, Jarrell Miller tested positive, boom, that was handled quickly. Everything was fucking put out there. He tested positive for this, this, and this. His suspension got put into place. Whatever the case may be, that when it went through, the B sample came back quick. Boom. It was all wrapped up within a fucking 3 to 4 weeks time. Look how this is fucking being played out right. This is fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Then you got this fucking guy coming on here. Oh, well, this is how things are done. Blah, 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 blah. This isn't news. This isn't news. This isn't news, really? No, you don't want it to be news, you motherfucking biased prick. Don't say this isn't news. You don't want it to be news. You want to sweep it under the rug because you're a biased motherfucker. That's what you are. And this shit pisses me off. Oh, Pete, what are you getting the most? Fuck you, because I am getting the most because I'm fucking angry. I'm fucking angry. I hate these motherfuckers that are two-faced, gutless motherfuckers that will ride to the end. Ride to the end. Ride to the fucking end. The needle could be fucking in the guy's ass with the fucking steroids dripping from his fucking ass. Oh, well, they still got to follow protocol. That's just how they do it over here. I don't subscribe to these just because this is how we do it theories. If something's fucked up, it's fucked up. I don't give a fuck if that's the rules or not. I challenge rules. I challenge rules. Well, the guy's ranked. It's not. He shouldn't have been ranked. I don't give a fuck. That's the rules. If the rules suck, the rules fucking suck. That's it. I don't defend incompetence. I don't defend it. I don't defend blatant, fucking, underhanded, sneaky bullshit moves either. I don't give a fuck if this is the way it's done. If this is the way it's done, then it needs to be fucking changed. Needs to be fucking changed. Fuck that. That just pisses me off. That the guys are just going to accept that he doesn't have a problem with not knowing what the substance is. He doesn't have a problem with the substance being withheld from the public. He doesn't have a problem that UCAD told Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and told the British Boxing Board of Control beforehand. They were informed of it 3 days prior, but they still allowed the fight to go on. But yet when Tyson Fury tested positive, okay, they were ready to fucking, they had no problem suspending him. And they had no problem getting ready to take care of his problem quick, fast, in a hurry. But now because it's Eddie Hearn and Matchroom involved in this does not smell funny to you guys? Doesn't? The irony is fucking real. The irony is real. The irony is real. Unrivaled Boxing Talking News. You don't deserve. You don't deserve for me to send you a link. You don't deserve for me to send you a link and talk about it. Because you can't say that you're not skeptical about this. This is a guy that's tested positive before. And this is a guy that tested positive again. And it was known before the fight that he tested positive. And it was withheld from WBC. And it was withheld from VADA. Okay? So if you're going to sit there and try and defend this, no, I'm not arguing a different point. You're going to come on here and say, well, babe, this is just how it's done. It's normal. It's protocol. I don't fucking care what is normal in the UK. I don't care what the protocol is. I'm a pragmatic individual. If it doesn't work, you get rid of it. You throw it out. If it's a wrong, it's motherfucking wrong. Thank you, Cali Enigma Sports Entertainment. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I don't care. You're going to come on here and tell me, well, this is just the way it is. This is how they do things. And if you come on here, I'm going to end up just blasting you and yelling at you. So there's no need for me to bring you on, and you're going to sit there and try to justify the fact that they knew beforehand and the fight still went on. When Luis Ortiz tested positive in his first fight that was signed with Deontay Wilder, and VADA found it out, and they told the WBC, and even though they were investigating, the WBC still postponed and canceled the fight. Same thing with Alexander Povetkin. And that fight was going to be in Russia. But the VADA knew about it. They told the WBC. The WBC immediately put him on a suspension until they could find out, or they actually didn't suspend him. They postponed the fight until they could find out exactly what happened. Okay? That's what should have been done here. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. You don't find it funny that everybody knew about this except for the WBC. You don't find that fucking odd. You don't. You don't. Just admit that this is fucked up on Rival Boxing Talking News. Just admit this is fucked up. And just admit that this smells like fucking shit right now. Just admit it. Because if you don't admit it, then you have Dillian Whyte's dick and you're balls deep in fucking Dillian Whyte right now. That's it. That's it. You are a dick rider. If you don't fucking admit that this is fucked up and you're not one bit skeptical about how this whole thing went down and you don't think politics was involved, then you're a Dillian Whyte dick rider. That's it. That's it. That's it. No, I know what you said. I know what you said. I know exactly what you said. Thank you, Cali Enigma. Eddie Hearn is trying to cover up Dillian Whyte's failed test because he wants to have power. He had power when AJ had the belts. This is just fucking politics. 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 Fucking politics. And a guy just recently died in the ring. You know what? I am going to send you a link and I'm going to blast you fucking live. What's your fucking email address? I'll fucking send you a link and I'm going to blast your motherfucker. I'm going to cook your ass right now, baby. Well done. I'm going to cook your motherfucking ass right now. Well done. What's your fucking email address? We're getting ready to fire up the grill. We're gonna cook a motherfucker's ass right now. What's your fucking email address? I'll send you the link right now. Here's my fucking email address. I'll put it right in the chat. Email me yours. I'm not afraid to put my email address out there, man. I'm a businessman. I need people to contact my ass. I'm giving you 5 minutes. You don't send me your email address, then I'm not gonna fucking wait on your ass. You want to come on? Come on. Send me your fucking email address because you're gonna get fucking cooked right now. It's grill season right now. This ain't no George Foreman grill either. We're fucking firing up the real shit. Charcoal's gonna be extra hot for this motherfucker. Yeah, he got caught bluffing. He ran the fuck out of here. Look, he ran the fuck out. He ran the fuck out. Another fake motherfucker. Another fake motherfucker here on YouTube. That's the way it's done. Who cares? Who fucking cares that's the way it's done? Who fucking cares that's the way it's done? Honestly. Who fucking cares that's the way it's done? Seriously. That's his answer. Well, that's the way it's done. Here we go. Here we go. This fucking knucklehead. And if you have a fucked up internet connection and I can't hear you, that's on you. I can't even fucking believe that someone would try to defend this shit. I can't even fucking believe it. The link has been sent to him. He's going to have the floor. We're going to give him 5 minutes to explain himself, and we're not going to interrupt him. We're going to use every ounce of restraint we have over here at Beeb Industries. We're going to give him his 5 minutes to explain his fucking point. And I'm going to fucking try very hard to bite my tongue here because I want to light this. I want to light this motherfucker up so bad. There he is. He's coming on. He's here right now. He's got the floor.
What up, Beeb? Yo, can I tell you why I wanted to come on? Because you stopped reading. You stopped reading. You stopped reading.
Go.
Let me
go.
Right. I'll explain. I said this isn't news, not in relation to the drug testing, right? Not in relation to Dillian Whyte testing dirty. That's news. When people keep saying about the British Boxing Board of Control being corrupt and saying that's news, no, it's not. That's a well-known fact, right? So you cooked my ass on something I didn't even say. You assumed something. The next thing that I said is, with them doing that, it's horseshit. I wrote the words, it's horseshit, and you're saying I'm defending Dillian Whyte. My last 3 videos have all been attacking Dillian Whyte for his drug use, and then you go and call me a dick-riding faggot. So I'm coming on here to ask you, why are you jumping to an assumption without reading everything I'm saying? Out of genuine respect, when I've never gone against you once.
I didn't call you that word, the F word. I don't use that word.
You call no. You actually said these dick-riding faggots. You actually did.
I did not use that word. I did not use that word.
All right then, dick-riding fucker, maybe.
No, I called you a dick-riding motherfucker. That's what I called
a dick-riding motherfucker. Okay, so my mum has a dick as well. That's interesting, right? But no, I'll be straightforward. Yeah, it's scumbaggery. I never said I was defending Dillian. I didn't even defend the British Boxing Board of Control. Unfortunately, with things in boxing, things are the way they are. Nobody can tell me boxing as a whole isn't corrupt. Okay? I think it's disgusting the WBC weren't informed. That's one thing. I think it was very disgusting that Oscar Rivas, most importantly, was not informed. That is the most disgusting part of this. That his life was on the line in that ring. And that's the truth. Now, the third part of this is, what's the banned substance? I need to know. Is it cocaine or is it EPO? Because there's a difference. Is that reasonable? I want to know.
I would say that, yeah. That's why I was reluctant to make this video. But now that I hear that Hearn was trying to challenge this, from what I've seen, let me see. I'm gonna go back and read it. This is what I have here from you. This is how the rules of UCOD and the BBC works. This isn't news. They don't find someone. They don't find someone guilty till they check the B sample.
And look what I say look what did I say right below it.
And that's all I have. And you said
you don't see it's horseshit.
You said I think it's all nonsense. That's what you said.
Yeah, it's all nonsense. But you don't see the words horseshit. Hold up, because I see it in my video.
I don't see horseshit because I'm reading it. So you're saying I think it's all nonsense. So based on what you wrote, when you say I think it's all nonsense, I'm taking away from that you're thinking that you're basically saying this is how it's done, and for everyone's complaining about how it's done, it's all nonsense. So from what I'm reading here, honestly, I'm trying to be fair to you. And if you didn't mean, because I know it's hard sometimes when you write stuff, when people text each other, it's hard to interpret what they mean unless you talk to them live. Now, if you're saying that you meant something else, then I will give you that, and I will apologize to you for blasting.
I'll say this straightforward. But
this is very
UCOD is corrupt.
This is very ambiguous what you wrote here, and everyone in the chat. Basically, we all got the same feeling based off what you wrote here, that seemed like you were telling us to wait for the B sample before we jump to conclusions.
No, I didn't say anybody. I said what their rules and regulations are. That is true, right? It's true. Bullshit. It doesn't mean it's not corrupt. It doesn't mean it's not corrupt. I never said it's not corrupt. I said it's nonsense.
Okay.
The rules and regulations are nonsense. They are horseshit. They're terrible. They are the worst fucking form of drug testing agency in the world right now. UCAD is terrible. There are fights that go unnoticed without any drug testing all across the small shows out in York Hall and going up to Bethnal Green and all across England and the UK right now. And that is true. People go untested.
But this is the problem here is, it's not about the protocol. It's not about the way things are done. It's blatantly obvious that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom try to hide these results, or at least keep them from the public and keep them from Oscar Rivas and keep them from the WBC in order to have this fight take place. That's
Can we also say the same thing about Mick Hennessy then? And can we say the same thing about Frank Warren based off of history?
If you can bring me up,
Tyson Fury tested positive for nandrolone before the fight with Christian Hammer. That's when he originally was. It wasn't until after the Vladimir Klitschko the adjudication started. And nobody had that information until after the Klitschko fight.
Then that's fucking bullshit too.
This has happened many times in the UK. Now, I'm not in the UK, like you said. I'm in Ireland, which is a separate country. It's like Canada, you know what I mean? It's not part of the US.
You used to be from the UK, though.
I was never from the UK. I live in Ireland. I am from Ireland. I lived in the UK for 1 year.
Ireland used to be in the UK.
Yeah, 1921. So that predates both of us.
You sure it's 1921? And that's
for the Republic of Ireland, 1921, the Independence Treaty in terms of getting ourselves to be a sovereign state away from the UK. Yes, I'm pretty sure of that.
Well, I thought it happened after Brexit.
Northern Ireland is still there. Northern Ireland is in the UK. The Republic of Ireland isn't.
Okay. So you're part of the non-UK Ireland then.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't like being called from the UK. That'd be like me calling a Pakistani an Indian.
Okay. Well,
but anyway, I'm against everything.
Let me ask you this now: if you're Al Heyman and you're Andrew Ruiz, do you have any reservations about going to the UK and fighting Anthony Joshua now?
I have reservations. Obviously. Obviously, I have reservations. I'd like to see Andy Ruiz come over. I'd like to say that that he had an excuse right away to not go to the UK. I'd like to say that as well. But at the same point, he has an excuse now not to go to the UK to get everything onto his side. He should use that.
Yeah. And if there's more money to fight in the United States, then why isn't the fight going to be in the United States? There's only one reason.
Because they want home field advantage. They want home field advantage to be able to extort whatever type of rules that they know. That's obvious.
They also want to play the game of politics over there.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, they want to extort everything of all the rules that they know. So they know all of the rules of the UK.
That just makes it look like these underhanded, sneaky motherfuckers can't take care of business on the up and up here. That's what it shows us.
Well, look, all it shows me is that there's a lot of fucking bullshit going on. That's what it shows me. And, I mean, it's boxing. There's been a lot of bullshit going on for a long time. The sport is, unfortunately, it's not a sport anymore. It's a business disguised as a sport.
Now,
that's what it is.
Should Dillian Whyte be held under the same scrutiny and be blasted to the same extent that Jarrell Miller was?
I mean, I think he should be held to a higher extent because he fought a fight with drugs in his system or having tested positive for a banned substance. Jarrell Miller didn't have a license. He wasn't yet licensed. Even though he took 3 substances, which is bad, and he might have had the intention of fighting if he hadn't have got caught, he never fought with them in his system. He never got there, and he was unlicensed at the time. Dillian Whyte, on the other hand, was training 3 days before an actual professional fight with a banned substance in his system. That's different. And also, it's his second time. First time he got a 2-year ban. I expect nothing less for this one.
So now if Andy Ruiz goes over to the UK to fight Joshua, and he's going to be under the rules of UCAD, then it's going to be like the Wild Wild West. It's going to be like the Wild Wild West. And then if Joshua does win, and say it goes to the decision, or say Joshua knocks him out, and VADA's not involved in the testing, then this is going to be a controversial fucking result.
Most definitely.
It's a no-win situation for Anthony Joshua if this fight's in the UK.
No, I agree. I mean, I've been cementing down for the last 2 months nearly that I want this fight to take place in either one of 3 locations. Truthfully, in all honesty, I want it to take place in these 3 locations. I want it in either Vegas, I want it in New York, or I want it in the Azteca in Mexico.
Because if this fight's in the UK, Andy Ruiz might as well just mail the belts to Anthony Joshua right now. The fight's going to be in the UK. Might as well.
Unless Ruiz can beat the shit out of him because he's just better than him.
Because he's not going to get a decision. He's not going to be allowed. He's not going to be allowed to fight the fight he wants. Every time he gets close, the ref's going to fucking break it. Joshua's going to get hurt in a round, and the ref's going to fucking give him 10 seconds to recover. It's going to be a fuck show if this fight.
I'm going to be honest with you. Unless it's like on the PBC, I'll say this very truthfully, and I'll explain my reason why. Andy Ruiz will not win a decision, and I'll explain why very simply. It doesn't matter where it is. He won't win a decision if it's on the zone, right? And that's because Andy Ruiz knocked Joshua down not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times. And he was down on the judges' scorecards. In America, he was down on the judges' scorecards. It doesn't matter where the location is. It's about who the promoter is.
That's true. That's true. Because the robbery was already being orchestrated right before our eyes, before the knockout.
Now I had Ruiz 2 up. I had him 2 up. Because I even gave one round. I gave both rounds 10-7 actually, because they deserve to be 10-7.
I gave Joshua 1 round. I gave Joshua 1 round in that fight. You could argue he won 2.
You can argue 2. You can argue whatever the hell you want. Really, anyone can argue whatever the hell they want. It doesn't mean it's true.
That's true too.
But like for me, it's I'll jump off now in 2 minutes. Let you get back on with your show in 1 second.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'll extend it. This is why it's good to be a man like me. I'll apologize to you. I misread your text.
All right. I'll apologize back for the video I said calling you an emotional motherfucker while you were live.
Well, I am an emotional motherfucker. I'll own that. I'll own that to the day I die. I'm an emotional motherfucker. That's my character flaw. I'm emotional. I am.
Me too. Anyway.
But I can check my emotion and put objectivity in front of my emotion sometimes, for the most part, when I have to. All right, thank you for clarifying your points.
Thank you. Peace to everyone in the chat.
All right. All right, this is what we do over here, man. We give people the floor. We're not afraid to give people the floor, and we're not afraid to retract statements if we're wrong. We're not afraid to be wrong here. I misread his text. I extend my apologies to the kid, or to the young man, I should say. I'm not going to call him a kid. So yeah, guys. I mean, this is fucking crazy, guys. This is crazy. So now you got. I think more and more fighters who are American fighters, or maybe fighters in general, even if you're a Russian fighter or if you're a German fighter. We're not, they're not going to want to go over to the UK. It's tough with the beating the odds of Beeb, Brian. I should have done a beating the odds of Beeb with the Pacquiao fight. I should have, but I didn't. So that's my fault. We just got to have the right fights to do it. I mean, unfortunately, there's so many mismatches in the sport of boxing that it's hard to do beating the odds with Beeb now, because we don't have many fights where guys maybe 2-1, 3-1, and we can make a good value pick here. It's hard to gamble now, especially with the fucked up judging and all that. It's hard to do beating the odds of Beebs because we don't have the right fights to do it, and it's just tough. But I am going to make a concerted effort to do more beating the odds with Beebs. I'll talk with Eric. We have another segment too, Beat the Beeb, with the trivia, which I love that Eric came up with that. That was a beautiful idea that Eric came up with. So, but the Beating the Odds of Beeb segment needs to come back. We need to get that going again, and we are going to get that going again. We'll definitely get that going again. And also, Ryan, if you see a fight that you want me to do a Beating the Odds of Beeb for, let me know, and I'll specifically do it for you. Unrivaled Boxing Talking News, yeah, I mean, I have a mixer now, so we're gonna get the Skype set up. So you could probably do the Beat the Beeb too if you want to call in and challenge me. So people from the UK, very shortly, will be able to do that as well. The Skype is very close to, and I know that we keep telling you the Skype's close, but the Skype really is close because I have the mixer now. Shout out to Eric for sending me this mixer. This is his old mixer. So I got to give him credit for that. Shout out to him. I'm going to be getting a new mic pretty soon. So like I said, all these super chats that we ask for, we're not just begging for money here. We want to make this the best show possible. That's what we want to do. We want to continue. We want everybody involved. We want people from the UK to call in. We want people from fucking China. Ryan, hopefully when we get this Skype going, you can call in one day. Ryan Hong, one of my great friends on Facebook. I love to talk boxing with this young man. So, yeah. And Saturday, like I said, I'm gonna be doing the live cast with the Maurice Hooker, Jose Ramirez fight, and then obviously we'll have our Sunday show. So, yeah, man. I mean, I was just pissed off about this whole situation. Something just seems fucked up to me about this. I like Maurice Hooker in that fight against Jose Ramirez, but that is, you know what? I should do a beating the odds of Habib on that. That'd be a good fight to do beating the odds of Habib on. Maybe Friday I'll do a beating the odds of Habib on that before the fight. I'll put something together because that's a good fight. That's like a 50-50 fight too. I got to go back and check the odds. I think they're real tight. No, Google doesn't take half the super chats. They take about 15-20%. You can donate to the PayPal if you want. PayPal's JHabib1. I'll put the PayPal in the that's the PayPal address right there if you want to PayPal. We get all of it. We get all of it if you send it via PayPal. You know, I mean, if everyone, yeah, they I guess Apple's involved with the super chats. They take about 15-20%. It's not that bad. But any little bit that you guys send us, it goes a long way, I'm telling you, because it goes right back. Eric just bought a beautiful mixer. Obviously, we still have to pay the bills. We still have to pay our blog talk. We still have to pay all the stuff, our Libsyn, so we can put the stuff on iTunes for you guys. So pay our Skype, whatever. But yeah, we don't know, Gucci Kid, what the PED was. They're not telling us, and that's fucked up that they're not telling us what the PED was. That's really fucked up that they're not telling us what the PED was. Because we should know. No, Eric's on vacation right now, actually. He's not ducking anything, to be honest with you. Took a nice vacation with his family, so shout out to him. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm gonna be doing the live cast on Saturday. So make sure you check that out. And also, don't forget to check out the Sunday show as well. So H Money said Andrew Ruiz dropped the WBO belt. Did he? Let me see if I can find that. I didn't hear that. Andrew Ruiz dropped the WBO belt. Let me see if that's true. Oh, here's another article right here. Wow. Speak of the devil. This article came out 4 hours ago. This is on Sports Bible. Wow. It says Andrew Ruiz Jr. reviews his UK rematch with Anthony Joshua amid Dillian Whyte's drug allegations. Wow. Wow. I'm not going to the UMA for the rematch. He says hashtag is a setup. The Destroyer tweeted. Ruiz responded to one fan by saying that he wants a fair playing ground for his rematch, and the fact that Rivas had no idea about it is a bit sketchy. Wow. He says, I'm not going to the UK for the rematch. It's a setup, he says on his Twitter. So this is it, man. Yeah. Wow. And look at these fucking stupid UK fanboys defending it. This jerk. I'm gonna fucking blast this motherfucker, Carl Hughes, at Jimmy Boogaloo. What a fucking dumbest tweet ever. You do realize you got the chance replacing a U.S. fighter who failed a drugs test in the U.S. for a fight taking place in the U.S., don't you? Yeah, you stupid motherfucker. So he did get the opportunity. That's great. So does that mean he should go to the UK and get fucked like Oscar Rivas did? Get the fuck. This is what pisses me off about these fucking scumbag, motherfucking dirty, motherfucking greasy, corrupt, fucking asshole, dick-riding, dick-sucking, ball-licking fans in the UK that are defending this shit. And they will get blasted. They will get blasted hard. Anyone that defends this will get blasted hard. They will get blasted hard, relentlessly. You will get cooked. If I find any idiot making a comment like that, you're getting blasted. So you want him to hand his belts back over. New York, and then the guy saying New York's his backyard. New York is my backyard, so no, I didn't miss the point. Remember, this was supposed to be AJ coming out party in America. I didn't ask for him to come to New York. This is what I've been saying all along. It was their decision to come here. He needs to cross over. So if he runs back to the UK because he can't win in America, then he won't accomplish what Lennox Lewis did, what Ricky Hatton did. Okay? He won't accomplish what Frank Bruno tried to do, who came here more time and time again. Okay? Joe Calzaghe came over here. Why? Because this is where the money's at. No one put a gun to their heads and told them they had to come to America. It was their fucking choice. They weren't doing anyone any favors. You are not going to be a superstar. That's why Canelo is the star and he's the face of the zone. Why? Because he fights in America. You dumb motherfuckers still don't get it. You can't add. You don't have a calculator. Fucking idiots. No. Don't. I don't want to do this to you, H Money. You're like you're my boy, man. You're my brother on here. I don't want to do this to you. Beeb, Andrew Ruiz got lucky. He's to fight in the UK. I understand. Beeb, Andrew Ruiz got lucky. He's really no. So if Andrew Ruiz is a bum, then what's that making Anthony Joshua then if he lost to him? Don't make me do it, H Money. Don't make me do it, please. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. How do you get lucky if you dominate? Why do they want to go back to the UK then if Ruiz got lucky? Why do they need to stack the deck so far in their favor if Ruiz got lucky? You got knocked down 4 times. Stop. Ruiz only dominated because he got that. Yeah, it was a lucky left. Yeah, he closed his eyes again. I know you don't believe that. I know you don't believe that. I know you guys don't believe that. There's not going to be an asterisk next to his name that said Ruiz won because he landed a lucky punch. That's not going to be in the record books, guys. Guys got to take the dick out of your mouths, put the tongue back in your mouth, and stop licking the balls. You got to stop doing it. We'll see. That's even if the fucking rematch even takes place. That's even if the rematch takes place. Grown men should not be licking another man's balls. It should never happen. You should never lick another man's ball sack. Over a fight. Now, if you want to, if that's your freaking orientation, that's fine. You can do that, but not when it comes to boxers. Not when it comes to boxers. I have nothing against people who want to do that. That's what they want to do. I mean, that's the way you roll. But not when it comes to boxers. We don't do that over here, man. We don't ride no boxers' dicks over here. We just don't. Unfortunately, Tone, in this politically correct world that we live in, does it have to be said? Probably yes. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. My blood pressure must have went up about 30 points doing this video, man. Maybe I'm going to go to the gym right now to release some of this stress, guys. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in the chat. Peace out to everybody, and I will talk to you soon, man. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.